Welcome back to SnowRunner, y'all, and in this video, we're going to be having a very exciting battle between three absolutely insane rigs. Now, before we go any further, the map that we are on is West Georgia Mud Park, and the trucks that we are using are the OBS 3500, Ironhide in the middle, and then Doomsday. Now, all of these trucks are by Diesel Addict 66, and we are running the maximum allowable power in all of them, and we are also running a 4-speed transmission in all of them, but we're running a very interesting variety of tires, and I think the fact that we have a variety of tires is really cool because it keeps things interesting. It means that the performance is going to be a little bit different in different situations on each of these trucks. So we're dealing with different tire sizes, different tire heights, different suspension heights, different vehicle lift levels, like all sorts of different scenarios are kind of coming together in one battle here. And we're going to be starting off in the OBS 3500 right here at one of the most challenging mud bogs on West Georgia Mud Park. So without any further ado, let's fire this thing up and send it right into the mud and see what it can do, how far it can go, and maybe it'll go all the way through. I mean, these trucks are by Diesel Addict 66, so we'll find out in 3, 2, 1, full send. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh, dude, what? Oh my, holy crap. Well, if this is how we're starting, if this is how we're freaking starting, I don't know what it's gonna... Oh, and it bogs! That was an insane run. And I know that there's going to be people out there that are going to say, well, you could easily finish the run, just take it out of high. The whole point of this challenge is to see how far each one of these can go in high. We're going to try them in other gears in some other parts of this map later. So now we're jumping into Doomsday. Now let's fire this thing up. This thing's got the biggest tires of the three, so who knows? It might absolutely shred the whole thing. I know it's going to shred. I just don't know how far it's... Oh my... Or it might just fly over all of it. That's the thing with Doomsday, is that it's so fast that sometimes it just flies over everything. Oh, come on! We're closing in, although it is spinning a bit more than the OBS. Oh! And that's as far as it went in high. Still not a bad run at all, but like, dude, that first jump, it just absolutely monstered it. And now, finally, it's time for Ironhide. So let's see. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh, come on, there we go, release the handbrake. Oh, okay, don't flip it on the first landing, please. Oh, this thing shreds. Oh my god, no! Attempt number 2 in 3, 2, 1, send it. Oh my god. Really? All right, well, we landed on our wheels this time. I don't know if I'm just... like, if I'm expecting more out of these jumps than I should, or just like, because the other two were able to make it in high just fine. That's no dig at this thing at all. I think it might just be my driving. Oh, come on. Oh, this is in high. Oh, and that's where it actually, wow. So this thing made it basically the exact same distance in high that Doomsday did. But look where the OBS is. That's wild. All of these trucks made it insanely far for being in high, though. That's absolutely wild. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do a very quick field repair on this thing. And then now we're going to get it out of the mud. And, oh, we really beached it. It still can't move. It still can't move. We're going to actually have to winch it out of here. Again, not any kind of dig at this truck. It's just one of those things where I'm like, oh, yeah, that's how gnarly this mud is. Because after all, Limes is the creator of this map, and Limes doesn't make anything that isn't crazy. So when you think about it in that regard, you kind of realize why the mud on this map is so insane. All right, let's full send it into this mud pit and see, well... Okay, I need to really stop jumping this thing into mud head first, and I think part of the, or rather nose first, I think part of the reason why I'm doing this whole like nose first jump thing is because a lot of the weight is going to be over the nose where that big heavy Duramax is. But once it's in here, I mean, it absolutely gets down though. Look at that. That's pretty dang good. We've just got to be careful with it going off of the lip of a jump in high. That's going to be our biggest thing. So I think if we can get that nailed down, we'll be in much better shape. Let's see if we can ease it in. There we go. That's how you have to drive it. You have to drive it in such a way that you can ease it into stuff, not necessarily barrel it off of the lip of a jump. Now, some of the others you can. It all depends entirely on your suspension setup. So that wasn't a bad landing, though. Not bad at all. Okay, so now that we've done a couple of runs through that one, let me go ahead and park this thing in auto. We'll switch over to the OBS and see what it's like in that mud pit, because if this thing was that good in this one, then it should absolutely shred that one. I've never been over to this one in the OBS 3500, so this is completely uncharted territory for me. I've been over here in some other vehicles that you guys have seen on the channel, some in videos and some in shorts, but let's see what it does once we give it a little bit of a sendy. Come on. Oh, wow. Okay, I lost way more speed than I will. Holy. So this thing just absolutely, like, shreds the ground apart. This, like, the other two are like, yeah, I can take on, I can take on a map. And this thing is more like, the map has to compete with me. I don't compete with the map competes with me, and I feel like that's exactly what Diesel Addict was intending when they made this truck. Holy, my trigger actually stuck there for a minute. I didn't mean to be flat, like, on the throttle for that long. God, this thing shreds so much. All right, I want another go at that, actually, because I'm a little bit disappointed with how I messed up that first jump. I want to see if I can go off that jump full beans and stick the landing. I know that this might not work, but I don't care. I'm going for it. Full beans. Stick the landing. Nope. Yeah, these trucks are just too front heavy to do that, and it makes sense why. They're not designed for jumps. They're designed for a variety of other things, but giant high jumps are not one of those things. So let me get you out of the mud now. I'll get you back up over here. I'll let you chill out with Ironhide, and then we're gonna go grab Doomsday, who has been just chilling over here. Actually has been chilling over here idling the whole time. And I kind of didn't realize that this thing was still running. I thought I turned it off. I feel bad now. I thought I turned it off. Oh, now that jumps in so flat. Well, you got to be careful, though, because that front end wants to come in the air. Oh, dude, once you roll on the boost, though, absolutely takes off. Shreds! All right, let me go up and around. Yo, we use this as a banked turn to go around that tree. That's sick. Roll on the power. Oh, do not kick it out, though, because if you do that, it will flip. You can kick it out a little bit. It's just like, you don't want to kick it out on the lip of a jump. Although, yeah, apparently the middle section here will bog this truck out. Not that that's bad. It's just kind of one of those things where you have to remember where you can drive it with this gearbox. Keep in mind that with the 4-speed, high range is like very, very high wheel speed. So if you're trying to keep your wheel speed under control, high range is not the gear to be in. I just like pushing the limits of how far I can go in high range with these trucks. Because again, I know that there's going to be people that are going to say, well, why are you using high range? It's obviously too much. Take it out of high range. But I like pushing the limits of these things, you know? Like, there's something to be said for, oh, wow. Okay, this is the best one of the three at jumps. This one almost feels like it was built to jump. Find some grip for me there. Find some grip for me. Good, 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 good. Percentage. Let's go. All right, dude, let's go. Let me see if I can actually use this as a banked corner the other way. Up and around. Bring it back. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh. See, we actually went off a bit sideways there. Can we regain the momentum? I think so. I still never took it out of... Oh, and over it goes. And last but most certainly not least is the swamp test. The swamp test will put these trucks through their absolute paces. You can't do the swamp test without basically finding any, I wouldn't say flaws, but if there are any shortcomings in a truck's level of mud performance, this swamp will find it, and it will not only expose it, it will point at it directly and wave a flag. It will literally be like, hey, right here, this is where you stopped, this is where you failed, and now I'm gonna show everybody. All right, So let's go ahead and jump this thing directly into the swamp. I love how you can enter the swamp using a ramp. That's like the sickest thing ever. Joe, what? Well, I can barely see what I'm doing because of the amount of smoke this thing puts out, but... come on, pick that momentum back up. Pick that momentum back up. Find it, find it, find it, find it. Let's... Dude, oh my god. Are we about to cross the whole swamp? I think we're about to cross the whole swamp. You have any idea how long it's been since I've done that? You have any idea the micro list of trucks that can do what this thing just did? Oh god, the bumper's banged up. Hang on. There we go. I was like, let me fix that bumper real quick. Holy... I'm still struggling to internalize the fact that this thing just did that. I don't know if the other two can. I really hope they can. But I barely even know what to make of that. That was nothing short of a legendary performance. That was actually legitimately on the level of a legendary performance. I don't know what else to even call that. That was because nothing stopped it. I mean, it slowed down it slowed down a little bit when I lifted off the throttle once or twice, but that was only because I was trying to, to make it not bog out. Now, I don't know how this thing is going to do with these wider tires, because in SnowRunner, wider tires, for whatever reason, the physics system doesn't like wider tires in mud. It likes ultra skinny tires, and there's some merit to that, in terms of the real world, but not, entirely, in my opinion. All right, let's see what we can do. See what the good old Suburban's got. Hey, good old Suburban's flying. Do not flip over. This thing is so top-heavy, though. It is so top-heavy. I'm trying to follow a similar line to what I did in the, oh, God, in the Ironhide, but, it's kind of tricky to do because I don't exactly remember where I went. I think I'm going generally in the same direction. Oh, God. Oh. It's rolling, though. It's rolling and it's ripping. It's about to shred this whole thing. Oh, come on. Dude, yes. 2 out of 3. Don't you dare. All right, there we go. 2 out of 3 managed it. All right, so now just one more remaining, and that's the good old OBS 3500. And here's the thing. I don't have any fear that this won't do it. If there's any of these 3 trucks that I would not be surprised would make it through that swamp, it's this. You know why? Because this thing can literally look at anything that you put in front of it and go, huh, that's funny. And it's about to do the same thing with this swamp. You mark my words. Whoa! Small setback, but it's fine. I don't even know how that happened. I'm going to call SnowRunner physics on that because that was very out of nowhere and not anything I was ever expecting. Okay, so moving along from that temporary insanity moment, let's see what this thing can do. Let me make sure the all-wheel drive is on, which it is. Roll into it. Give me some beans. Oh my god, okay, that's a lot of beans. All right. Something's wrong here. What did I do wrong? Because that's clearly not the truck's fault. Unless, I mean, because look what happened with the other two. That's clearly not the truck's fault. I must have had too much, throttle in it when I got in here, because the other two just skimmed over this stuff. This just sunk. Okay, I'm genuinely confused now, because I didn't think there was that much variance in the ground in this area. I mean, my other tire tracks are literally right over there. That makes no sense at all. All right, well, we're going to come back here in this same truck in a future video and figure out what happened. But if y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and I will see y'all next time.